Welcome to your Boise State Update. I'm Antonio Madera.
And I'm Samantha Harding.
In honor of Martin Luther King, over 100 Boise State students and community members gathered together for a Day of Greatness March and Rally. The event was coordinated by the Martin Luther King Living Legacy Committee, which is a student-led department that plans events which promote love, diversity, and inclusion. For more upcoming events, you can find them on the Martin Luther King Living Legacy Committee website.
In other news, according to campus crime logs, the number of reported rapes on campus rose from 6 in 2015 to 15 in 2016, more than double in just 1 year. Though it sounds odd that more cases could be positive news, the increase is likely due to students feeling more comfortable with their available resources when reporting they have been sexually assaulted. The Office of Institutional Compliance and Ethics and the Gender Equity Center are working to help students feel comfortable coming forward, in hopes of reducing the negative stigma associated with reporting sexual assault and learning more about the specifics of sexual assault on our campus.
Thank you, Sam. This weekend, there will be women's marches across the nation following President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. The Women's March in Idaho will be meeting in front of the Capitol building at 10 a.m. on Saturday, January 21st, as a way to band together for women's rights, safety, health, and diversity.
Our final story is about student ID cards. After about 3 years with the previous logo, Boise State has now updated its student ID cards to feature the bee statue located in front of the administration building. The previous card featured a statue no longer on campus, whereas the new design will showcase the newly adopted bee logo. The photo was taken by Photo Services, and the design was created by Justin Capello. Now we'll go to Jamie Bingham for a recap of this week's men's basketball game.
Thanks, Sam. It was a rough start for the Broncos as they faced the University of New Mexico on January 17th at Taco Bell Arena. Boise State began the season strong, but coming off a 7-game winning streak, they took a loss against Fresno State just last week. Starting the first half against the Lobos, the Broncos struggled making baskets and allowed several turnovers, leaving the half trailing 49-31. In the second half, the Broncos came out of the locker room fired up and changed momentum with big baskets later in the half by number 3, Justinian Jessup, number 13, Nick Duncan, and number 55, James Reed. Reed was the Broncos' highest three-point shooter, going 3 for 8 field goals on the night. Number 30, Paris Austin, also made an impact against the Lobos, going 4 for 8 for the night. The Broncos continued to compete, but unfortunately fell short with a final score of 81-70 due to the high scoring by New Mexico stars Sam Logwood and Jordan Hunter.
Having to take it out of the net every time. And, some of the easy looks come when we get in transition and we get going downhill. And, we got some pretty good looks in the second half, I thought, and we didn't make them. You got to make those. And it's a big part of our offense. We got to be able to make those, and we didn't.
The Broncos are now 11-6 overall for the season and hope to get a win against Nevada at their next home game, January 25th. For more highlights and the entire press conference with players and Coach Leon Rice, check out our YouTube channel at Boise State UTP. Back to you.
Thanks, Jamie. Now let's go to Megan for the weekly weather report.
Antonio, this week's weekly weather report starts on Wednesday with some snow with a high of 36 and a low of 34. On Thursday and Friday, expect some light rain with a high of 37 and a low of 29. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see snow again with a high of 35 and a low of 22. Later in the week on Monday, we're going to see some clouds with a high of 31 and a low of 17. On Tuesday, we have partly cloudy weather with a high of 24 and a low of 12. On Wednesday, we're finally going to see some sun with a high of 22 and a low of 11. It's going to be cold out there, so bundle up and stay warm, Boise State. Back to you, Antonio.
Thanks, Megan. And for any more information on any of these stories, pick up the Arbiter anywhere on campus or visit them online. And from everyone here at Boise State Update, I'm Antonio Madera.
And I'm Samantha Harding. Thank you for joining us.